Hello and welcome to the demo of Step Forward, the application development platform. In this first introductory video, I'll show you an application developed with Step Forward called Preferred Shares. It is an analytical tool that should help the investor pick the stock that meets the requirements in terms of yield and quality of investment, as well as alert him to changes in the yield performance as the market price moves. In this video, I will not go into any technical detail on how this is made, leaving the machinery and tools with which it was created for future tutorials. Rather, I'm going to show you the finished product, what it does, and how it can be used for practical purposes. So here is the first screen that every Step Forward based application starts with, the application launchpad. I logged in as the user with limited rights, so the development tools and administrative functions are not shown in this window. Only bare bones functionality required to edit data and run reports is left here. The rest of the tools will be shown in later tutorials under an account with extended rights. So let's have a look at some basic data needed to track the performance of preferred shares. This is located under the general data entry and consists of several data input forms. Stock. This and all other input forms were built by the data template editor that creates a visual input form window with input fields and controls, and the underlying relational database table. The actual working of the editor will be covered in the subsequent videos. At this point, suffice it to say that the editor lets the user lay out the form graphically, constructing it from standard components Lego style, and does the rest of the work under the hood, relieving the user from having to deal with the complexities of database programming. The stock input form, and I'm going to call it a table from now on because this is just a front end to the underlying database table. It keeps track of the ticker symbol of the preferred stock, the coupon rate, its par value on call, and it can be different from the original par value as the stock issuers sometimes offer a premium on redemption call, the call date, and other data as you can see. I already have various stock data loaded into the table, so to save time, I will not enter any data, but rather show you what's already there. We will do find, which is a filter that tells Step Forward what data to load from the table, and in what order. I could filter it by the stock ticker symbol, or by the issuer name. I could sort it by call date or coupon rate, for example. But for this small table, I'll just load everything, sorting stocks by their ticker symbol alphabetically. Issuer table. This is just a list of companies or their categories that issue preferred stocks, and it is as small a table as it can be. Let's just load it with some data. If you already noticed that both stock and issuer table carry the same field, issuer, with the same content, then you could be wondering why we need this table at all. The answer is that the issuer names are stored only in the issuer table, and stock links to this table. The concept of linked tables will be covered in the next video. For now, just keep in mind that storing the data in one location and letting others piggyback on it helps reduce clutter of the database organization, avoids the risk of spelling errors, and saves effort if the data needs to be changed. And when it comes to the data entry, the links greatly simplify life by finding the match before the entry is done. It's called autocomplete, like this. Market. This table tracks the market data for all stocks from the stock table. That includes the price, high, low, and closing, trading volume, etc. Unlike the stock and issuer table that are loaded manually, entering data record by record, the market table is maintained through a process, that is, a program built with Step Forward tools. As before, I will not go into detail of how this process is created. This is a matter of future tutorials. But for now, I can just show you how this process runs. We can run this process offline, so that does not tie up step forward and allows us to do other things if needs be. The process scans the website that tracks market data for Toronto Stock Exchange and stores it in the market table. Once the program finishes, we can look at the state of the market by running a number of reports. There are several of them, and I will show you the one that focuses on the performance of a specific issuer. This report takes two parameters, name of the issuer and a flag to optionally embed charts into the report page. Here we have a detailed report on the current prices and yields for 5 preferred stocks of the Power Corporation of Canada. For each stock it shows the ticker symbol and coupon rate, the price spread, low, high, close, and corresponding annualized yields for two scenarios. The preferred shares are redeemed on the call date, and the second scenario, they continue to pay dividends past their call date. It also shows the trading volume and some detail on the terms of redemption. You can also see the price and yield charts placed into the same report. Notice that some price values are colored brown. These are the stocks that trade below their par value. They are made stand out from other stocks because they make safer candidates for investing in case of the redemption call, since they will never incur a capital loss in this case. This report supports the technique that we call drill down. This is the ability to run another report triggered by the mouse click at some point on the report page. Later on in the tutorial on reporting, I will show you how this is wired up in step forward. For the time being, just know that the ticker symbol is sensitive to the mouse click and will trigger another report that shows the price and yield charts for the selected stocks. Let's do it now. This chart shows the market dynamics with an upward trend in prices and a corresponding downward trend in yields. Before talking about yet another drill down report, let's see one more table. It is the redemption table. Let's open it. It keeps track of redemption schedules. Some preferred shares can be redeemed in stages at the issuer's option. In these cases, the redemption is often made with a premium that tapers off on a sliding scale. That is, the stock with a par value of $25 can be redeemed in 5 years at $26, or 1 year after the original call date at $25.75. The next year it can be redeemed at $25.50, etc. For stocks priced at premium, that is above the par value, this makes the buying decision more complicated, as the investor has to take into account two opposing factors: accrued dividend that changes from one call date to another, and potential capital loss that also changes from date to date. To help making decisions in situations like this, there is another drill down report that, unlike the first one that is available for each stock, this one can run only for stocks that have this kind of extended redemption schedule. Let's close this report and see this. Here we have the report that shows us what happens to the overall yield if the stock is called for redemption on any of the anniversary dates, including the potential call dates in 2017 through 2021. And here we can see that although yield for the stock appears to be 5.45%, in the worst case scenario of the redemption call in April of 2021, it will only be 4.76%, something to think about before placing the buy order. To wrap up this demo, I'm going to make use of one more feature of Step Forward, the scheduled execution of reports and processes, and the ability to email reports to the user. For this, first let's have a look at the notification table. Here is a list of people who would like to be notified when the effective yield on some selected stocks hits a certain threshold. The table is organized in a master-detail relationship where each master record, person to be notified, is associated with a number of detail records, stocks to watch with threshold yield values. There is also a process with the same name, notification, that scans the web for current market prices of all stocks in the stock table, and it will send the report to all those listed in the notification table. So let's open it. This is a manual, one-shot submission of the process, and it requires some email account data, such as the user account, password, etc. I could fill in the required parameters and submit it, but this is not what I want. I want to be continuously notified each and every time the stocks of my interest move into the desired yield zone. So instead of submitting and running the process once, I will schedule its execution at regular points in time. Here I have the email account data filled in, and the process is scheduled to be run once every 30 minutes. Once the schedule is saved, it will be managed by the StepForward server and submitted according to the schedule. We may have to wait for a while until the process kicks in as scheduled. In the meantime, I'll just bring up the administrator window for the server, and this is where we're going to see another process kicked in and executing. We'll just wait for a few minutes. And here it kicks in, and let's see what it does. And here's the email notification telling us that the stock moved to the yield in the threshold area that we're interested in, therefore that's probably a signal to buy. Well, this wraps up the first demo of StepForward. I covered only one small aspect of this development platform, which is actually much more versatile and flexible and can create various database-centric information management and accounting applications. But these are the topics for future tutorials. If you want to follow it up on your own, before our other tutorials become available, you can download StepForward from this page. I'm going to show it to you. And read on preferred shares design on our website. Thank you.